Kris, now that you've had some time to sit on the result and kind of digest the situation, what are the thoughts and feelings heading back to your guys' home barn for Game 3?
Well, we're very optimistic going back to Edmonton, playing in front of our fans. Getting LA to play on the road. Our building is something obviously we feel more comfortable with playing at home anytime. But there's things that we can still improve going forward. We're spending a lot of time in the offensive zone. Forward check's been good, getting them to turn over pucks. But now it's the next play, and they're very a patient team, and they're okay with sitting back and waiting for us to lose focus or lose patience, and then them taking advantage of it. So we got to stick with it and have the mentality of winning a 1-0 or 2-1 game, and to do that, we'll also have to have fewer kills too.
You subscribe to the theory things are never as bad as they seem, and they're never as good as they seem. Like, you have to keep that even keel approach.
Absolutely. A lot of similarities to the finals against Florida. We're down 3-0, and I no way believed that we should have been down 3-0. In my mind, I thought we probably should have been up 2-1, 1-2 at worst. And now coming in here, we lose 2 games, and we're down 2-0, and obviously that's the reality, and it could be a little bit different. But ultimately, we're in a position where we just got to win the next game.
What are you seeing in your D-zone coverage, in the sense that they're getting some quality looks here and right in front of the net, tip-ins and things like that, lanes to the net? What has to be adjusted to kind of take that away?
We spend very, very little time on our defensive zone coverage. We are, when it is you typically think about your system, your coverage when they have the puck, but it plays just off of breakouts, whether we turn it off, we make a bad pass. There's been several of those, Game 1 and Game 2. And then, so it's not necessarily the coverage, it's just recovering after a change of possession where we're getting on the wrong side, and we got to be able to protect the dangerous ice, because obviously that's the most important.
Kris, you inserted 3 new players in the lineup in the last couple games, and they've been out for a while. Can you assess what you've seen out of Klingberg, Kane, and Frederick?
Yeah, no, I think they didn't hurt us. Some areas of the game they helped us, but we feel that those 3 are just going to continue to get better. Coming back after a long stretch, whether that's a guy that's been out about 8 weeks with Frederick, Klingberg for probably 4 weeks, and Kane 10 months. That's a tall order, but feel that they're just going to continue to get better with more playing time and more games under their belt.
We talked about this yesterday, the huge loss that Matthias Ekholm is for this unit, for the back end. How do the rest of the guys that are here, have to kind of elevate their game a little bit to try and make up the difference collectively?
Collectively, yeah. The one guy's not just going to step up and do everything that Matthias was doing. It's just the small little details, and usually, less is more. And if you have someone or a group saying, "Oh, we got to do this. We got to make those fancy passes. We got to carry the puck up the ice. We got to do all that." That's where we get into trouble. And overall, I just see with our game, we're spending more time in the offensive zone. We're just the mistakes that we're making. We're making more bigger mistakes, and when you're out on the ice, whether it's a forward or defenseman, you want to make a difference. You want to make that play, but sometimes the play's not there to be had, and you just have to play it safe.
Are you contemplating a goaltending change for tomorrow?
Well, we knew throughout the series, if we're fortunate enough to play through June, that most likely we're going to make a switch at some time, but we haven't made a decision as of now. Unfortunate for Skinner, because I don't think any of those goals are. He's in a difficult situation. I don't think there's the amount of chances are low, the shots, but the quality of shots, chances were high. And that's not easy for the goaltender. You know, you can have some of those once in a while, but just too many, so it's just unfortunate for him. But that's something we'll have to decide.